Hey everyone, today let's explore variables in Power Automate. Variables in Power Automate are used to store and manage data during a flow execution. Think of a variable like a container that holds a value and that value can be changed as your workflow runs. With variable, you can store temporary values, perform calculations, build dynamic logic, and pass data between different steps in your flow. Now, let's look at some common data types like string that stores text values like hello Mohit. Then we have integer that stores whole numbers like 10, float that stores decimal numbers like 10.50, boolean true or false, simple, array that stores a collection of values like, then we have object that stores structured data in JSON format, right? Let's talk about some best practices while working with variable. Always use meaningful names like invoice count, user email, or initialize variable at the beginning of your flow. That's a very best practice. Also consider to avoid too many variables, correct? And always use the correct data type. That's one of the very important thing to know. Also, whenever possible. And the last, follow proper naming conventions like var, username, ARR invoices, that is for array, and the last obj response, that is for object. Let's create instant cloud flow using manually trigger a flow, that's a trigger, specify any name. Now click on next step to add an action. In this box, type variable. Here you can see list of related actions such as set variable, increment variable, initialize variable, and so on. The very first thing I can select this one, initialize variable. This is the first step when you're working with variables. It is used to create a variable and assign its initial value and data type. Name like var, first name. Here you can see number of data types here like boolean, integer, float, string, object, and array. So I select string. Here I can mention Mohit. You can also rename the action to more user friendly. I go to three dots and rename. Now let's create the following variables to demonstrate different data types. Meanwhile, I can save this workflow. Let's proceed further. Click on next step. Type variable again. This time we will select this action, that is set variable. This action is used to update or change the value of an existing variable like var first name. Here I can type Mohit code botics school. Let's rename again. Again click on next step and this time I go for increment variable. So it is used to increase the value of a numeric value like integer. This will increase the salary by 10,000. That's really simple, correct? Again click on next step. Similarly, decrement variable that is used to decrease the value of numeric variable. If I go next, that is append to array variable that is used to add a new item to an array variable. Now run the flow to see the output. In action, click on test, click manually and then click save and test. Here you can see the output clearly. The variable that is where first name shows the value Mohit. If I scroll down, the variable where age that displays the value 30. If you scroll down further, you will find similar outputs for the other variables as well. In the set variable, you can see the updated value of where first name and the last increment variable action. The value of where sal has been updated to 60,000.5, correct? And that's all for today. Thank you.